Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing an overlay. I'm going to be using nail forms to repair two of her nails that are broken, that they broke, so they're a little bit shorter than her other nails, so we want to even them out. So the nail forms that I'm using is from the company Young Nails. I really love these forms. There is a lot of different kind of forms. There's really long ones, there's shorter ones. I like these because they're like right in the middle. So I'm just going to be applying those forms, and then I'm going to be applying 2 coats of primer to all her nails. And the reason why her hands look a little dry is because we just finished soaking off her old overlay. So the acetone, it does dry out her skin, so that's why her hands look dry. But at the end we will be applying some oil to bring back, the moisture to her hand. So I'm going to be using one of my custom mix powders that I make and I sell on my online store. It's called Cover Pink, but before I do apply that, I am going to be applying a thin layer of clear acrylic first. And these videos that you've seen so far, these clips, they're all in real time, so I'm going to be doing the pinky and the ring finger also in real time once I start applying the colored acrylic. And then I'm going to speed up the middle, the pointer, and the thumb just so it doesn't take, so the video isn't too long. So here I'm applying the Cover Pink. It's super easy to use and to work with. I am going to be leaving the link of the online store listed in the description just in case you guys are interested in purchasing this color. I also have a couple other colored powders and some supplies to do nails. I also have a full nail kit for like starters to start off doing nails. So I will leave that listed. And again, this clip is left in real time just so you guys could see the speed of my application and how long it takes me, to do the overlay on each nail and stuff. And I usually like to take my time when I'm doing nails. I feel like if I'm rushed, I don't feel comfortable at the end of the service. I'm like, what if I miss anything? What if I messed up? So I'd rather just take my time and be sure that everything is coming out nice than to think about it later and be like, oh, I wonder if I messed up. It's like winterish time, you'll notice that your acrylic will be a little bit more runny than usual. So before I apply the bead to the actual nail, I do drain it a little bit on the paper towel. So if you see me doing that, that's the reason why I'm doing it. I'm trying to take out more liquid since it is cold. So this clip is on a fast speed, and so to start off this clip, I'm gonna be applying this bead to the middle finger. I don't know if you guys noticed, but this nail itself is not shorter than the others, but it is shaped different. It has more of like a roundness to it instead of more of like a coffin-y square look to it. She naturally does have round nails, so that's probably why it's growing that way. But so to make that into more of like a square look, I am trying to form the acrylic instead of using a form, the blue stickers, the forms. I'm just trying to freehand it with the acrylic. So I'm just trying to mold it into that square, more coffin shape. So if your client does have a nail that's like chipped a little bit or just needs a little bit more like definition to it, you can definitely do that without using a nail tip, without using a nail form. So when you're using a nail form, it is a little bit of a different application than if you're applying it to the nail tips. You do need to tap the acrylic more than I would say drag the acrylic, because by dragging the acrylic, you're just kind of gonna move it all off of the form. Um, by tapping the acrylic, I would say you're forming it more. You're keeping it in the same spot. You know, you're forming it. You're tapping it into place. When you're using a nail tip or just overlaying on a natural nail, it's more of like you could just let it glide down, you know, because there is already, like for example, let's say you're using a nail tip, the shape is already there, you know, the base is already there, so all you have to do is just overlay the acrylic on top of the nail tip. But with the nail form, you have to make your base, so you do have to tap a little bit more, at least with like the first layer to form the shape that you're trying to make, and then after you can, you know, move on like normal. And then if you guys have any questions about anything that I'm doing or anything that I'm using, like products, or if you guys need help with like your technique or anything like that, just leave a comment in the comment section and I'll do my best to answer your question. So this video, I'm gonna leave it in real time. So here I'm just gonna be using a hand file to shape, like finalize her shape, you know. So she wanted more of like a coffin look, and I don't do my coffin too skinny. There's different kind of, you know, coffins, you know. There's square, you know, which is just a regular square. The coffin that I do isn't too skinny. but it isn't too thick either where it's square. There's also another shape called ballerina. The ballerina shape is the very thin and narrow looking coffin, but it's still not stiletto, but it's still very thin. That's what I consider ballerina. So everybody works different, you know, everybody calls it different names, but she was going for more of a coffin look, so this is what we're doing in this video. So after I'm done shaping and everything, I'm gonna go in one more time with my fine sanding band. And I like to really go in with this after every set, no matter if I'm using gel polish or just colored acrylic, because it really leaves the nail so smooth and even, like it just brings everything together. After cleaning her nails, I'm going to be applying a glossy top coat. This top coat is from the company Coupa TV. And I'm just going to be applying one coat. And I'm going to be curing this for 60 seconds under my LED lamp. And this lamp is from Young Nails. And I am leaving this video in real time just so you can see how fast I apply my top coat. So before I apply the cuticle oil, I am making sure that the nails were dry. That's why I tap them a little bit with my finger. And then I'm going to be applying the cuticle oil, not directly to the acrylic nail with acrylic, but just right on top of it where the cuticle area is. And I just rub it in all the way to like her knuckles and stuff, just to bring back that moisture.